You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
The Astros bats, look how I feel right now. Exhausted. Absolutely nothing out of the bats all night long, especially in the key moments as they drop game one of this three-game series to the Oakland Athletics at a time of the year where you don't want to go and drop games against teams that you should beat. Now, I'll give it to Oakland. They're always pesky, but the Astros suffer a loss tonight. You know they go back to the clubhouse and are not happy with at all. Hello, and welcome to the Locked On Astros Postcast tonight on a Tuesday evening. I am your host, Michael Connor. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, saying hello to the channel. If you are new to it tonight, please hit that subscribe button. Then you can come on back and do it with us again. This channel is also Rockets, Texans, Cougs. We do it all right here for you on the Locked On Sports Houston page. The Astros did not do it for you tonight. You guys know the theme at times when they lose. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Astros lost this ball game 4-3. They out-hit the Oakland A's 10-9. The Astros had a double, two doubles, and a triple. The A's had two doubles and a home run. So, a pretty even match. Usually it's what happens when you play baseball games that go extra innings. The Astros losing this one 4-3. The Astros tonight, as a team, with runners in scoring position, 2 for 17. That wasn't an exaggeration. 2 for 17 is the number. And they left 13 men on base. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. You go look at the other side of it. Oakland didn't do anything special. They were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. Honestly, the way that both those teams played tonight at times, neither one of them deserved to win. But somebody has to win, right? Yep, that's right. That's how sports works. Unless you're playing soccer. Somebody's got to get out of there with a win at the end of the night. I did want to highlight the good tonight for the Astros before I highlighted the bad, which bad is losing. And by the way, as we're doing this show, the Mariners are on their way to a loss, it appears. They are currently down 5-2 in the top of the seventh. At this moment, they're playing the Padres. At this moment, the Padres are threatening to add to their lead. So we'll see if that happens and they help the Astros out. Because, you know, this starts that stretch of 16 days in a row for the Astros. And honestly, this starts a stretch where they play some division opponents that they should beat quite a bit. This will finish, by the way, this stretch of 16 days in a row with 3 games against the Mariners, 23rd through the 25th at Minute Maid Park. Last home games of the 2024 regular season. But playing like this tonight, that was not it. You know, it was not it. I always tell you when you lose a baseball game, sometimes you got to tip your cap to the other side when they go out and execute something. There's an element of that in tonight's baseball game, of course. A's did their work in the extra innings to get a win. Both teams have equal opportunity. It really comes down to the Astros were able to advance the runner to third base in the first couple of extra innings there, and with less than 2 outs, not get them home. To me, that's the story. That's as bad as it gets. When you cannot get that runner home with less than 2 outs in the inning. I think the Astros' aggressiveness at times at the plate comes back and bites them in the butt. And you saw that tonight in those extra innings, in the way that they attacked it in terms of how they handle their at-bats. Simple as that. Not the end of the world. magic number should drop down, to 14 tonight if Seattle does hold on to their loss, which is coming, it looks like. So go Padres, go. You hate nights like these because nights like these aren't supposed to happen at this time of the year. And September so far for the Astros has not been the world's greatest month. I'm trying to pull up their record as I do this on the fly. We know that this is the time of the year that you want to peak at the end of the season. You want to play your best baseball down the stretch. Still plenty of time to do that. Still have 15 games left in this stretch plus another 3. 18 games left. You got the rest of this week. You got all next week, all the week after that. You got time still. Astros in September now, by the way, 3-5. It's not good. They keep winning at that clip, they're going to give Seattle a chance to win the division. Good news for them is that Seattle's not necessarily interested in doing that. Seattle is interested in screwing around, I think is the best way to put it. But tonight, and look, I can be mad about a lot of things, whatever. Simple facts are the simple facts. You're not going to win many baseball games when you score 2 runs in the regulation 9 innings. It's not going to happen. And you just got lucky tonight that those 2 runs you scored were enough to send that thing to extra innings. And when you send it to extra innings, I like to think you can pull it out at that point. Especially being the home team. The Astros in extra innings this year they're allergic to them. They are now 5-10 in extra inning games this season. 5-10. That's mind-blowingly bad. You think you dumb luck into 3 more wins, in extra inning games at some point. 5-10. Insane. That's, again, part of baseball, though, too. Those things that I always like to remind you guys that you can't predict and whatnot, because baseball sometimes does baseball, and sometimes it is a stupid, stupid, stupid game that we all hate, but secretly still love. And that's kind of what baseball is. Man, you hate to lose baseball games like this. You absolutely hate to see it. They got to bounce back tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about Spencer Arrighetti. His bounce back night tonight overall with some things in it that did not, necessarily, you did not love. We'll talk about that next year in the Locked On Astros Postcast. Right now, though, let me tell you about the Gametime app. Are you looking to get to a big event, whether it be a concert, whether it be a sporting event, whether it be a comedy show, whatever it might be, in a big venue? A big event is available to you, and you want to get into that event, and the Gametime app is the app that you should be downloading to get into that event. I'm telling you, it's got great features across the entire app. It's going to make your ticket buying experience better than you could have ever imagined. They have all-in pricing available to you. Now, you do have to go into the app and toggle this feature to turn on the all-in pricing, but guess what that does? That shows you the total up front. That way, when you get to checkout, there's no surprise fees. They show you everything up front, so you don't have to worry about that when you get there. It gives you a better idea of what kind of deals you're looking for and what you're willing to spend instead of getting all those crazy fees towards the end. Don't forget, inside of the app, who wants to buy a ticket to a game or an event and not take a look at the view? In that Gametime app, they have the panoramic view, which is available for your seat to see what it looks like before you buy it. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off at first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Gametime today. What time is it? It's game time. Locked On Astros Postcast Following a loss to the Oakland Athletics tonight, the Astros, what did I say they were in the month of September? They are now 3-5 in the month of September, and they have, of course, come back home to Minute Maid Park, and so far they are 2-2 through the first 4 games of this series. And sorry if well, you guys can't see it, actually. My house is freezing cold, and I'm about ready to just completely wrap myself up in this blanket and then go to bed as soon as this show ends because I don't want to think about this game anymore. The one thing that I do want to think about real quick, by the way, if you're looking for this show on podcast, you can go ahead and search for Locked On Astros, and you'll get this show and the Locked On Astros show. Don't forget to check out Brett and Eric. They do a great job as well covering your Astros with the Locked On Astros podcast. That is a 5-day-a-week show, and you can enjoy them by going and hitting the subscribe button on their channel. I did want to mention, I said a few moments ago as we're doing this live, that the Padres were threatening in the 7th inning against the Mariners. And good news, the Padres have now taken a 7-2 lead over the Mariners in the 7th. So Seattle is on their way to a loss. So the Astros loss tonight will not hurt them in the standings in the American League West, which is good. You don't want to be giving up games at this time of the year. There's just no way around that at all. By the way, this channel, if you are new to it, as I mentioned, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do not just do Astros on this channel. We do Rockets, we do Texans, we do Cougs. It'll be another busy weekend across this channel with everybody playing. Cougs, Texans, Astros. We'll get it all taken care of for you. Saturday, we'll have Astros and Cougs. I think they play at the same time on Saturday, if I am correct on that one. No, the Cougs will be first. We'll do the Cougs game. We'll do the Astros late because they play 8:38 on Saturday. And then Sunday, we'll have the Astros earlier, but that's at 3 o'clock, so it'll be about 6 o'clock. And then we'll have Sunday Night Football for the Texans that night. So, again, very busy channel over the next few days. Don't forget to join us for it all right here on the Locked On Sports Houston page. And as I mentioned earlier over the weekend, day game on Thursday this week, 1:10. I'm going to probably do a show, but I will tell you it will probably be a little bit later in the day. It won't be right when the game ends. So still hang out, hang around. Don't forget to come join me. But we'll do that again Thursday. It'll be a little bit later if we do a game, because there is a chance that I won't be able to do that game at all. And, I don't want to make you guys drag it out and wait 2 hours for a postcast show. So I'll keep you updated on that. Spencer Arrighetti tonight for the Astros. Well, it's a bounce back, right? I didn't think he was spectacular. He did strike out 7 across 6 2/3. Gave up just 2 runs. Did allow 7 hits. I thought the command was at times. I thought the fastball command really, at times he left a lot of pitches over the middle of the plate that he was kind of lucky that he did not, get, that he did not get crushed on. And that's a problem at times. Like, if you give that up, it can come back and bite you in the butt if you're playing a team that's, better than this. But it didn't happen tonight. He got away with some of it. That's okay. I think we kind of do a daily, how do you feel about each guy? How do you feel about a playoff rotation for the Astros? And I think maybe that's part of this show kind of moving forward here between now and the end of the season, because this will be a postseason team. I mean, I'm willing to, tell you exactly how I believe it's going to happen, and they're going to win the West, but they're not going to obviously get the second best division winner record in the American League. They're going to play in the wild card round. So I think about a wild card round, and which way do you go? We know what game 1 is and we know what game 2 is. It's Fromber and then it's Hunter Brown. That is dead set in stone. The debates of it come after. I think, given that they used him out of the bullpen the other day because they said rest and everything, they're back in the 6-man rotation now. Ronel Blanco has to pitch his way completely back into getting a playoff start at the jump, from the jump, whatever it is. Just because of some of the ways that he pitched recently for this baseball team that wasn't spectacular. Spencer Arrighetti is, I think, automatically a bullpen kind of guy in the postseason that can give you some length at times. So, I'd be fine with that transition. I think the spin that Spencer Arrighetti can throw up there with the breaking stuff can be swing and miss. We've seen it. We've seen some of the strikeout numbers. And in the postseason, swing and miss has an even bigger value than it does in the regular season, because if you can go out there and you can shut down, a lineup or guys in certain key spots throughout a baseball game. Excuse me, my throat is just killing me. But if you can do that by getting the swing and miss, that keeps the ball from being in play. That keeps the possibilities of something silly happening from happening. And I do think that Arrighetti's going to have some sort of value to this baseball team, to where I hope they don't go and thrust him into spots he's not used to immediately. But who would you rather have in certain? Would you rather have a Caleb Ort go out and pitch an inning or two, or a Spencer Arrighetti out of the bullpen? I think we all know the answer there, even though Ort's been pretty good overall for the Astros. Hey, you know what? I didn't even give any love to him yet. I know that he's kind of my guy to get on because I've never felt comfortable with him this year. Maybe the key for Brian Abreu is being forced to have a runner on base to start his inning. And when that happens, he goes out there and just pitches his backside off. Where has that guy been? I know it's Oakland, and they got guys that aren't great up there, but, that was dominant. That's the kind of stuff that the Astros need to see out of him. He had, 5 straight strikeouts? 2 innings of work? They racked him up. And he was probably throwing, with him, slider is always going to get outs. It just is. It doesn't matter where he throws it at times. He spikes some of them in the dirt, and he's getting outs. Because it comes out of the hand and it looks so good, and then it just dive bombs. But when he can spot his fastball, that sets up that slider. That makes him more difficult. And tonight, I thought his fastball was probably the best it's looked all season. The velocity will tell you that. He's hitting 100 miles an hour on the gun out there tonight. He's hitting 99 consistently. He's getting everybody to swing right through it. It's a big, big thing for the Astros to get him pitching, hopefully, to the capabilities that he had last year and the year before, where he's been dominant and not been as so up and down as he's been this season for this Astros team. Tomorrow, this team is going to need to bounce back, and they're going to need to bounce back in a big way. And there is somebody in the lineup that the Astros need to get going here. We'll talk about that in just a brief moment right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Let me tell you now about PrizePicks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. In the month of September, they got something really cool going on. 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on PrizePicks every week in September. That's right. Not only That's right. Only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss this deal on PrizePicks because when September ends, so does this deal. You can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. Locked On Astros Postcast for a few more minutes tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. Look, I know when the Astros lose games like this, it's easy to want to tune it out and not watch. I am appreciative of all of you that are doing just that. Don't forget to come back, hit that subscribe button so you can join us again tomorrow night. Another 7:10 first pitch for this game 2 of this 3-game series. The matchup on paper favors the Astros quite a bit. Sean Estes will go, or Joey Estes. I don't know why I said Sean. Joey Estes for the A's, 6-7 with a 4.46 up against Hunter Brown, who is 11-7 with a 3.41. Hunter Brown has reached the status of being a streak stopper. The Astros have now lost 2 games in a row, but you would expect Hunter Brown to go out there and take care of business and stop the Astros' brief little, skid. Not even a streak at this point. It's just a skid mark on the ground is basically what they've had. And that's okay that you've, had that. Everybody is susceptible to these throughout the season when you have them. But it takes a guy on the mound sometimes to go out there and stop it. And I can't think outside of Fromber of a better candidate for that this season. It's pretty, I don't think it's a very hard assumption or even opinion to have. The job that Hunter Brown has done this season has just been downright tremendous to really elevate his status in this rotation. Not only now, but moving forward. The fastball is going to play. The breaking stuff's going to play. And this team needs to play. They need to go out there and they need to win this baseball game. They need to have another series win. They need to take the next 2 baseball games. There's just no other way there's no other way around it. They got the series win over the weekend against the Diamondbacks. You ended it on a sour note. Now you have a chance to end the series on a high note if you can find a way to win 2 more baseball games. Not as easy as snapping those fingers, though. I wish it was, but it's not. Let's just hope that maybe, just maybe, baseball gods or something tomorrow will give them some gifts, whether that's a couple of guys scoring when they have runners in scoring position. And the one guy that I'll mention. Now, look, I know he's coming back from being out for months, and he didn't take a rehab assignment, which I don't understand one bit. But can the baseball gods give Kyle Tucker something? Please, get that back going. The Astros, great to have him back, but they need him to produce as well when he is out there. And there's just none of that really so far, which I'm not expecting a ton for a guy, again, that's missed 3 months and is just being thrown back in the Major League games because I'm guessing he just wanted to instead of playing a rehab assignment. Again, don't forget to join us tomorrow night when the game wraps up, hopefully a little bit earlier. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're going to lose, like I always tell you, lose fast. They did not lose fast tonight. Maybe go to bed. It's going to be 11 o'clock. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll talk tomorrow night right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast.